Over the 19 years that I have been alive, there has been many games that have resonated or stuck with me. Some examples are Mario, Pokemon Black and White and their sequels, Tomodachi Life, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Like many others, I fell in love with Minecraft, along with an infinite cycle of playing Fortnite that I can never escape, and of course Splatoon, the game franchise that takes the cake as my favorite. There's a lot of different aspects of these games that are the causes for them being my favorites. I am a sucker for experiencing stories as well as learning about hidden lore and details of the worlds underlying them. The characters in those worlds, each with their own unique personalities and ambitions, flesh out the world and make it even livelier. I myself am a musician, so I'm easily sucked into listening to the soundtracks of these games for hours, and even learning and playing along with my favorite songs. I have spent many hours of my life playing all these games, probably a little too much on certain ones, but these games are above all the rest on a special pedestal. But there's one other game. It is so close to being up there on that same pedestal along with my favorite games, but there's one problem with it. It's not a good game. This game that I have so much passion for yet have never even bought would be none other than ARMS. Most of you have at least heard of ARMS and know what it is, but just in case, I'll give a little baby backstory on it. ARMS was a brand new IP for Nintendo that released on the Switch in June of 2017. The main premise of the game is to fight opponents with your extendable arms. I feel like this game has so much wasted potential. The main gameplay is unique in itself, but even aside from that, every part of the world just has so much personality. The characters are all really unique. My favorite character to play as is Ribbon Girl, but I also like Min Min, Twintel, Helix, and Bite and Bark. I'll try not to get too carried away with talking about the music, but every single track is such a jam. I really like the song for Kid Cobra's stage. I am kind of biased because I play the drums, but it has a lot of cool drum fills and hits that are just really fun to listen to. Before the game initially released, Nintendo had a global test punch, where the game was open to play during certain periods of time, similar to Splatoon's test fires. I remember at the time I was camping, and I went to the main lodge at the campsite and played the test fire in the corner of the lodge on its not so great Wi-Fi. And yes, I did use the thumbs up grip that ARMS pushes, the motion controls that require me to actually punch in the game, while not always the most accurate, feels a lot better and more fun than just pushing a button on the Joy-Con. That might be just me though, I've always enjoyed Nintendo's weird motion control gimmicks. Every once in a while, I'll open up the demo version of the game and play. That's actually what inspired me to make this video. In the demo version, you can choose between 5 fighters and are able to play through the tutorial and 2 matches against computer fighters. There is a multiplayer option to play against a friend, which is pretty cool for a demo version, but good luck trying to find somebody to play ARMS with today. You'd think that if I loved this game so much, I would buy the full version, but as much as I enjoy it, I'm not sure that it's worth the $60 that Nintendo has it priced as. Unless you're playing a private match with friends, you don't have any way of choosing what mode you play. There is a Grand Prix, which somewhat functions as a story mode, but there's not really a story to it, you just kind of fight against other characters. Like I said earlier, I'm a sucker for stories in games, and I wish there was more of a plot to integrate the gameplay into, rather than the plot just being the gameplay. After its release, the game received new content up until December of 2017. This included new characters, maps, and limited time events. Since then, the game has kind of faded into the background for most people. The last time there was any hype towards the game was in 2020 when Min Min was announced as a fighter in Smash Bros. Min Min received an amiibo because of her Smash Bros roster spot, and I think it would have been cool if every fighter in ARMS had received an amiibo for the initial game. There's so many cool and unique characters, and as someone who likes to collect amiibos, I definitely would have collected them. I think that I like this game so much because it evokes a similar feeling and vibe as the Splatoon series. It's sort of strange that one of them has done so well and has become a staple Nintendo franchise, while the other one never really got that same spotlight. I love ARMS a lot, and maybe one day I'll finally purchase it so I can just shut up about it and actually play it. But if not, I hope Nintendo still sees the potential in making a sequel game for the next console. Now I finally know how Star Fox, F-Zero, and Metroid fans have all felt for like the past 2 decades. Is there a game that you also really like but don't own or play? Feel free to tell me what it is in the comments and what you like about it. That's it for now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all later.